And I'm actually delighted to share one of Waiheke Island's absolute legends. Baz lives up the road from me, and he and his wife Meg were very generous when we moved in. But it wasn't until we went into lockdown where Baz, and I didn't know what else Baz did, but Baz kind of got on the interweb, as we say, and made some movies. And his challenge, he'll tell the story, but his challenge was to make a movie a day. And what we are hoping to do by showcasing this session is that movie making is easy, telling stories is easy, the technology is there. It's how can we use it to help clients and prospective clients learn, and there's nothing better than to see it in the flesh. Sorry.
My dad came back from the Second World War, always had a veggie garden, he swore. He said, son, you should never take food for granted. Most of the time I try to do the same, yeah. But my veggie gardens had no rain. This summer's been oh so freaking dry. I want you to rain like you mean it. Soak me with your H2O. I want you to rain like you mean it. Oh, I want you to help me get my veggies to grow. I put the plug in the shower box, a bucket under the plants. But my courgettes out there, they don't like my soapy stance. I want you to rain like you mean it. Open up your heavens and go. Want you to rain like you mean it. Oh, I need my veggies to grow. On the veggies, Mavis, on the veggies. I want you to rain like you mean it. Soak me with your H2O. I want you to rain like you mean it. Help me get my veggies to grow. My veggies to grow. And those of us on tanks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
sure
Baz Caitcheon.
Sentiment about no rain. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much, guys. Can you hear me okay down there? Cool. I feel like I should have bought my guitar. Yeah, having a crazy neighbour like Richard, he saw me playing my guitar in the flax bush or whatever it was I was doing. I did, I think, one a day over the first lockdown, 35 songs, and I'm an old pub muso, so that was a very good challenge. But I'm not here today to play guitar. I shot all those stories on an iPhone, and that's really what I'm about to do today. So I've got about 30 minutes. I want to run you through shooting and editing a very quick, simple video, and I'm thinking one for client endorsements. People like backstory, they like personal relationship building, empathy. And the other are for your own pieces to camera. So if you've never done this stuff before or you're an absolute expert of it, I'm hoping there's something you'll be able to take away from today. Cool. Now, I understand I've been volunteered a gentleman called Zun, is that correct? Yeah. Great. Could you flip me through to the phone, please, guys? Yep, when you're set. Excellent, here we go. Sorry, it's my bad, jumping too fast. Rightio. Zun, would you mind jumping up for a minute, please? Is it Zun?
Young.
Young. Okay, Young. Could you please jump up for a minute?
Sure.
Yeah, come out the front. Cool. Good to meet you. I'm Baz.
Oh, nice to meet you, Baz.
It's Isaac actually volunteered you. Come on out, mate. Cool. So you're going to take one for the team here, Young. Could I please get you to look straight into the lens? Yeah. And I'll get you to come around this way a bit. We're going to use natural light. The best light is known to come. Looking at me, looking at the camera. Yeah, looking at the camera. Could you tell me all about what you believe being a great financial advisor is about? Go for it, mate.
Right, can I say I wasn't volunteer for this, all right? I just pick up by Richard.
Looking straight at the lens, please. Right,
yeah. Gotcha. Sorry, Baz, can you repeat the question again?
Yep. If you could put my question in your answer. What do you think makes a great financial advisor? Tell me all about that.
I guess really putting clients' interests.
Could I get you to start again, Young, and put my question in your statement? So this is a tutorial, guys. Cool. So what makes a good financial advisor is? Go for it.
All right. I think to be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interests in the first place.
Cool, fantastic. Can you tell me maybe one or two anecdotal stories? What would you consider a good client-based story? I'll just stop the camera there, and off we go again. Yep, go for it.
Sure. I think I'm always sharing this with my clients and some other advisors. If you so you've got a regular hairdresser, you might getting the real good haircut every single time. But if you pop into any random hairdressers, I mean, what's the worst scenario? You could have the worst haircut for 2 weeks, but if you don't get a really good advice, it probably will impact to the whole of your life. So I think to get a really good advice, that's rethink the impact to the family, to the business, and to the people. It's important.
Fantastic, thanks mate, cool. And now I'll ask you one more question.
Sure.
What should we say now? Cool. What would you, if you had somebody who had never employed a financial advisor, how would you explain to them, this is really, really important, yeah? Cool, go for it.
Right, sorry, Baz, just repeat the question.
Yeah. Okay, how would you talk somebody into hiring a financial advisor if they've never had one before? Okay. Why would they do that?
If they haven't got anyone in the past, I think best advice for me is finding this person is a very relationship touching person or really have enough confidence and competence. I think to do this job properly, you've got to have a really confident people can connect to other families. So it's got to be a family man. It could be a family woman too.
Cool.
So really connecting with the family, that's important. Understand the client's needs.
Fantastic. Cool. Okay, so what we've got, guys, stay there. Okay. What we've got is we've got our first part of putting a video story together. We've got a video interview. We've got 3 little questions there. What I'm going to do now is just grab a few B-roll shots, and I'll show you how we use those. Yung, can I get you please to walk from there and just go and sit down? Is that cool? Yeah, just from that table. Go from that table over there. And from about there, that's cool. And then come and sit down where you're sitting. Thanks, mate. Go for it. Yep, from there. That's all good. Yeah, just walking in. Yep, ignore the camera. So guys, this is B-roll, cool. So this is how we populate stuff. And hold it there, please, mate. Hold it there, and then go sit down. Go for it. So what I'm doing is grabbing all the shots we're going to visualize a little story with. Fantastic, cool. Now, can I get you to maybe just open up your laptop, something like that. Go for it. So open up your laptop. Do a wee bit of sussing there. I'll get you to do that again. I just wasn't rolling on that, so we'll roll on that again. There we go. And open it up again. And pretend to work. Ignore the camera.
I just minimize that. I don't want any privacy stuff.
Nothing private, thank you. And keep going, keep working on the laptop. Cool. There we are. Fantastic. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do, I've now got what I call paint on my palette. So one of the things I'm going to do now is quickly jump into a simple edit app. What I do is I run workshops, and I teach people in these workshops how to shoot, edit, and publish video on and from their devices. Fast turnaround communications that are credible. So we're not talking about high-value productions like Lord of the Rings or Spielberg or anything like that. So let's quickly jump into one of our edit apps. There are lots of them. If you could pop me back on the screen, thanks, guys. We'll pop into iMovie, and here we go. Let's create a movie. Cool. Now, don't try and necessarily follow the technology of this. This is iMovie. It's very, very simple, and there are loads and loads of tutorials which I can turn you on to if you want. Now, if I have a look here is our interview. I'll grab the first bit. We'll pop it on the timeline, have a look. Now, this is a little program called iMovie. What you believe of being a great financial advisor is about. So we'll go through, I think it was about 30 minutes in before we actually got there, 30 seconds in. So we'll just put a split there, delete the bit we don't need. Here we go, what have we got? This is a tutorial, guys, cool. So what makes a good financial advisor? Let's go for it.
All right,
so there we go, we'll delete that bit. So I'm just trimming what's usable here.
I think to be a good financial advisor.
Okay, I don't need to, I think so. I think straight in on 2B. There we go, so we'll split and we'll delete, whoops. We'll delete this little bit here, and here we go.
To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interests in the first place.
There we go, that's all I need from that. Let's go and find another little bit of footage. Can you see the little orange bar there, bottom right? That just shows what I've used. So what else has Yung got to say? We'll quickly, so it's cool fun, this, I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, go for it.
Sure, I think I always...
All right, I'll delete that little bit. Now you can actually grab the little yellow handle. It's not too tricky after you've done a few of these.
I'm always sharing this with my clients and some other advisors. If you... So you've got a regular hairdresser. You might...
So you've got a regular hairdresser. There's a great little anecdotal story. Cool, so we'll grab that.
So you've got a regular hairdresser. You might getting the real good...
Okay, cool. Hairdressing story and...
To the family, to the business, and to the people. It's important.
It's
important.
Great, important, great. So we'll delete that little bit. So I learnt to do this. I can tell you that I'm not a digital native. I'm 62, right? So I kind of learnt this late in life. I got thrown in the deep end. I got a job at TVNZ back in the 90s as project manager for new media. And it's like, whoa, all media is new media now. Back then, it was quite a new kind of thing. So I had to get up to speed pretty quick and work with a lot of young people who joined my team to produce digital channels, digital local channels for TVNZ's breakout, fibre optic breakout. Now, YouTube's away, Facebook's away, Insta's away. The horse has bolted. So it's storytelling for everybody. So there's been a real democratizing, I suppose, of storytelling. And it's, for me, I think that's a great thing. So far we've got 30 seconds there. If we could cut back again, please, guys. And what else have we got here? Quick little 13-second piece. No. Let's go for this bit here. We'll pop this bit on. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing my narrative and I'll add to that narrative with voiceover as I go. What we don't know is that Jung is a 35-year-old award-winning financial advisor from the Manawatu. Okay, so we can add, well, of course you're not, but we can add all this information in. And that's the beauty. I call myself a reality TV director in recovery because unfortunately when my new media project with TVNZ finished, I got given the mantle of producing reality TV programs, we used voiceover to drive these stories. So that shot I got of Jung just walking in there, he's been dry for 5 years and he's trying to get his life together, find out after the break. That's the kind of stuff we would do in the shallow trough of reality TV to ramp up the drama. So I've taken those techniques of use voiceover to add and embellish narrative where people don't give you the information that you needed. You might get back to the cafe and think, oh, I interviewed Jung, but I didn't get this comment, and I know that that's really critical. So I need some shots or some JPEGs that he could email me to help, or there could be JPEGs even from PowerPoint if you want to go that far. So, yeah. Anyway, back to this edit. What have we got here? Sorry, guys, I'm going to jump.
Right, sorry, Beth, just repeat the question.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my question. We don't need my question in there.
Okay.
Here we go. It's about to go. Delete the bit I don't need.
If they haven't got anyone in the past, I think best advice for me is finding this person is a very relationship touching person or
okay, find this person. We'll split it there. We'll get rid of the first bit.
Is finding.
Get rid of the is. Just take that off. There we go. Probably right there.
Finding this person.
Okay, cool.
Connect to other families. So it's got to be a family man. It could be a family woman too. So,
I love it. Could be a family woman too. So it's a great turn of phrase, Jung. Thank you so much. So what I've got there, guys, if you look up on the video wall, I've got 3 pieces of interview. Now, I could take those. These could be your own pieces to camera too. So if you're at home and you want to give a weekly update, a weekly post, rather than just do one simple selfie cam piece to camera, you might actually shoot it with the idea of being able to edit what you've said. And it's not hard. When I first got into this, as I said before, I'm not a digital native. It was like learning how to use Microsoft Office. How do you do a Word document? How do you do a spreadsheet? How do you put a PowerPoint presentation together? It's not hard. Some of these edit apps are really, really simple. So don't be put off by the technology, and I'll have a bit of a rant about that in a minute. So what we've got here is the paint on our palette. Now let's try and visualize that. Well, let's even start the story with Jung walking in. Here he comes. He's walking in there, and he's walking past me. Let's see. We'll probably cut about there. And what we're going to do this time is we'll pop that on the timeline, and then we'll make a little shooting sequence. So there he is. He's walking past me there. Imagine what we can say about him. We've got about 4 seconds there. And maybe what were you in a past life, Jung, before you were a financial advisor? What did you do? Always a financial advisor. Okay, cool. All right, then. I'll make something up. Don't you worry, mate. Yeah, the reality TV director in me will come out. And then I'll pop another little clip on, get rid of these horrible cross dissolves because we're not making a home movie. And look, there he comes. So there's a 2-shot sequence. Here he is, walking through there and pops into his seat. Kind of cool, really, isn't it, how that works? There we go. So we'll put that together too. And we don't need the audio from that, so we can take the audio out. And let's put a voiceover on. So let's introduce Jung. Okay, so here we go. Go back through the menus. Again, don't try and follow everything on this because it's a little bit complex. So, "5 years ago, he was a broken man. But now, no, he's a financial advisor and the world is his oyster."
To be a good financial advisor is putting the...
Okay, cool. Okay, so there we go. So we'll play that down. What have we got? "5 years ago, he was a broken man. But now, no, he's a financial advisor and the world is his oyster."
To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interest in the first place.
Okay, sure. Sorry about that. It's a bit of a stitch-up. And I might just give you a wee bit more room there to give my voiceover a wee bit more room. Here we go, and there we go. The world, and my voice is way too loud there, so what I'm going to do is go into the mixer and take my voice down. It's really quite simple software. It's not too hard to follow. There we go. We'll do that, and we're starting to get there. Rightio. And being a financial advisor.
To be a good financial advisor is putting...
Now let's pop a title on Yung. So now your first name is spelled Y-A-N-G. Is that correct? Okay, thank you for that. So what we'll do is we'll just choose a little skin here. There we go. And we'll pop a title on, and just along the bottom there. And whoops, here we go, one more time. Y-A-N-G. And financial... etc., etc. Financial advisor, yeah. Advisor. That'll do. There it is. Cool. So we've got a title just for as long as that runs.
To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interests in the first place.
Great, I like that. So there we go. So we're starting to put the story together. We'll go back to scissors there. Just pull that in a wee bit, try and segue that. How's that segueing now?
Financial advisor is to be a good...
Hang on. Might need to go up a bit more. Just take that up. Okay, I'll do a sound mix later, cool. Financial advisor, and the world is his oyster.
Financial advisor. To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interests in the first place.
Okay, that could do
So
it.
you've got a regular hairdresser. You might getting the real goods help.
Okay, I'm not so sure about the hairdresser bit, so I'm going to grab that bit, and I'm going to pop it down the end of the timeline, delete that cross dissolve. There we go. So I can move clips around at any stage, cool. Now what I might do now, and this is the magic of editing, which I really love, is I'll go back to video. This time we're going to go recently added, and now we've got the shots of Yung opening up his laptop. There he is, opening it up. Yep. And we'll pop that over the top as a cutaway. There we go. So that now sits over the top, so we don't lose Yung's voice.
Finding this person is a very relationship touching person, or really have enough confidence.
Okay, and then we'll grab another one. So I'm often getting my talent to do the same thing, but from a different, I'll shoot it from a different angle. Cool. There we go. We'll do the same thing there. Cut away, pop it over the top, and we can just grab that and pull it in. There we go. So we've now got a two-shot sequence. Let's have a look at it.
Relationship touching person, or really have enough confidence.
That's you. Look at you. Happy, lots of confidence. I can see. Look at you working on your computer there. So here is our financial consultant. He's happy, he's confident, he's working on his computer. Because video is not necessarily about, the minute you start talking about something, we want to see visual evidence of it. Now, we also love a little bit of backstory. Imagine if Yung had said, if I was to say to Yung, okay, staying in shape, this conference is called Get in Shape. So what does get in shape mean for you in the physical world? Do you go for runs? Do you walk in the woods? What do you actually do? Cool. So what I would do then, say for example, Jim was talking about getting in shape, I would then go into, I don't know, let's go into my JPEGs here. Let's go back into photos. And Yung, sorry, I do apologise. Yung might then email me a couple of shots of him out for a run, because I've found in my small business, since I left a salary job with TVNZ, that building relationships is everything, and people love backstory. And if you look around Eden Park here, up on the walls and in the corridors, you see these lovely photos of people that have had an attachment with Eden Park. My dad came here 30 years ago, and since then, blah, blah, blah. That's lovely, because backstory gives you provenance, it gives you solidity, it develops empathy and gives you an authentic touch. So you can use these videos, not just to communicate each week what you think to your clients, what the best advice is in terms of the money markets. You can also use this to say, oh, and by the way, guys, last Saturday, I went for an amazing coastal walk, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Let's just go recently added here. What have I got? And here's me going for an amazing, there we go, use it as a cutaway, put it over the top. And here, I am going for an amazing coastal walk, unshaven git, off around Waiheke, where Richard and I live. So you can actually, I often, if I interview a client or I'm telling a story and I think, how do I visualize that? Often I ask my client to email me JPEGs. And one of my biggest clients in this space is stuff.co.nz. So I have for years, although not for the last 18 months, I trained the trainers, so they train themselves now. They'll do a story for all those papers that the Stuff have, like the Dominion Post, the Christchurch Press, all the Suburbans, all those freebies. and they'll ask people they're interviewing on the phone to send their JPEGs in. Sometimes they'll record the phone interview and they'll put a video story together just with JPEGs and the phone interview. It's kind of cool. It's like PowerPoint on speed, if you like. So there's one way that you can visualize that sort of stuff. I'll get rid of that for a sec. You've got the idea. I could throw some music in. Let's go back through the menus here. What have we got? We'll find something really naff. Of course, don't use copyright music if you can help it. Go right down the bottom here. I know there's some goodies. What have we got here? Neon. That's it. Definitely. That's definitely you. Here we go. 5 years ago, he was a broken man. But now, no, he's a financial advisor and the world is his oyster.
To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interest in.
Okay, there's something going on there. I think I know what it is. Yeah, my voiceover spilled over as his voice came in. There's a little technical problem there. That was my fault. I'll do the voiceover again, but I'm not going to now. We're out of time. So there's basically our story, guys. We've got some music under there. I can pop some JPEGs over the top if I want. I've got some trimmed pieces of interviews. The world's your oyster. It's kind of, and once I've done that, so I've done the shoot, I've done the edit on the phone, I'm now going to go done, and I'm going to upload. So you're going to be on Facebook now, mate, but you're not. The first thing I'm going to do is save the project and save it to my camera roll. Now what's happening there is that all those individual pieces of interview that we just did with Jung and my voiceover and the music and any JPEGs that I might have popped in there are now being rendered into one little movie. I'm set now to pop that on my YouTube channel, stick it up to Insta, on Facebook, wherever. Cool? And that's what I did. When I did those lockdown videos, you saw one of me flouncing around the garden with the guitar. I did that every day, but I put a 2-hour limit on myself. So I'd get up in the morning, I'd write a song, and I'd just find a riff to go with it, and I'd write something, and I'd do 2 takes. So I gave myself a 2-hour limit from the time I started that to the time I finished it. So I didn't labour over it. It's not a big production. It's kind of like, these communications can be like fish and chip paper. They're relevant for this week, and then next week you've got a new one. So I don't think get too hung up on high production values when you're making your own smartphone videos. We have just circulated, thank you, Jenny, some of these around the table. Now, they're not just the world's biggest business cards with my pretty face on it. They've actually got 10 tips for video interviews on the back. So these are for you to take away. I'm sorry, I don't quite have enough to go around 40-odd tables. I think I only bought 30. I'd miscounted the tables last night. But these are actually useful. They are the 10 top tips that I have for shooting iPhone videos or smartphone videos. Androids are good in this space as well. Cool. So please have a look on the back of those and take them away with you. I do have business cards. I'm going to be around for lunch, so I've got business cards, and you're most welcome to hit me up for one of those or stay in touch, because I travel the country running 4-hour half-day workshops where every person that comes to the workshop, generally 10 to 20 people, there'll be a social team, a marketing team. I get all sorts now, actually. And I teach them how to shoot, edit, and publish a short, credible story usable for their organisation on their phone in that half day. There we go. That photo was exported to that video was exported to my photo library. If I now go into my photo library, what have I got here? Photos, let's go into them. And yeah, there we are. So it's a 56-second story. I'll quickly click on it, and it's playing down. Years ago, he was a broken man. But now, no, he's a financial advisor, and the world is his oyster.
To be a good financial advisor is putting the client's best interest in the first place. Finding this person is a very relationship touching person, or really have enough confidence.
Okay, you've got the idea. Cool. I won't dwell on that.
Connect to other families.
So there you go. So now that I've got that on my camera roll, I can then load that straight up to IGTV, which is Instagram TV. It's actually under a minute, so it'll go straight up to Instagram. You might want to decide too, when you do your own pieces to camera, or you interview people, do you want it to be in portrait, or do you want it to be in landscape? Okay, what's it for? If it's for a YouTube channel, you're still sitting in landscape, guys. If you're just going straight to Instagram TV, then of course portrait's good. Cool. So I'm just going to grab somebody else. Do we have another willing person? Who can I pick on here? Excuse me. I'm Baz. How do you do? Cool. Do you mind jumping up for a sec? Cool. What is your name? Emily, cool. Emily, can I get you please to look straight into the camera? So straight into the lens, cool. So I'm head and shoulders close. Can I get you to tell me all about what you're hoping to get out of the conference? Go for it.
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm learning a lot about the new compliance and the new procedures for 2021.
Thank you. Emily's voice is very soft, cool. So now I'm going to get you to look at me. Ignore the camera. I'm going to hold the camera to the side. So again, tell me all about that again, please, Emily. Go for it.
Thank you. I'm Emily. I'm enjoying the conference and learning a lot about the compliance and the new regulation for 2021.
Fantastic, cool. Now, can I get you to look at me? And again, please, don't look at the camera, look at me. Cool. Tell me again, yeah.
Hello, conference and learning a lot about the new compliance system and the regulation for 2021.
Fantastic. And now one more time from back here. Yeah, go for it.
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm enjoying this conference and learning a lot about the new compliance and new regulations for 2021.
Thanks so much, Emily. Cool. Let's have a look at these. Let's study these. So this is about eyeline, guys. And if you're going to do this stuff, now in this particular clip, okay, we'll just...
About the new compliance.
Okay, there is no... Whoops, we just paused you on your eyes shut. There we go. There is nowhere in the room I can go to get away from Emily. She is coming straight at me. So when you interview somebody, so remember there's two things to take away from the short 30-minute presentation. The first is, do you get your... interviewing clients, getting client endorsements on camera, 1. 2, doing your own pieces to camera, okay? Now, I'm just about out of time, so here I've controlled Emily's eyeline. I've got her to go straight to camera. Cool? Here, her eyeline's off camera, as you would in a television interview. So you hold the phone to the side and get her eyeline there. What you don't want is her eyeline flicking backwards and forwards. It makes her look insincere, untrustworthy, and dodgy, and I'm sure you're not. And this is the last thing you want. I held the phone just here, guys. So she's looking at my eyes, but obviously there's something on the roof. What's up there? Because look, she's looking there. She's taking her attention there. There's not, of course. It's just that I held the phone down at my chest level rather than up high. So if you are going to do your own pieces, and some of the tutorials I did were on Zoom, over the lockdowns, because I was having, still running smartphone video workshops. The number of people, the first thing I said to people was, for goodness sake, grab your laptops or your devices, whatever you're zooming on, and lift them up this high. Because I'm done with looking up your nose. Because, to be honest, what that does, when you shoot somebody that low, it's frightening. You're frightening me, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas if you're up here, the viewer has the power, and also it helps you lift your chin a little bit, puts a light in your eyes. So the viewer's slightly drone look, which is very popular now, drone bird's eye view, helps us get an overview. So be very careful of how you angle that, okay? Now I've got a few little tools here. One of the big things is audio. If you try and interview Emily from this distance,
enjoying this conference.
She's way too quiet. So I know I'm just about out of time, but Emily, I'm going to get you to pop this on. That little thing there. I'm going to pop this in a holder, a little iPhone holder or a smartphone holder. These things, if you want to know where to buy them, they're available locally. I've got a little receiver on the top of this. So, Emily, could you stand up and tell me that again? But this time, mate, we're going to use the little mic. You can be as far away as you like. And whenever you're happy, Emily, could you please tell me again? Fantastic. Okie dokie. Now let's have a quick look at these two clips here. This was without the mic.
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm enjoying this conference and learning a lot about the new compliance.
Okay, too far away from the mic. That's way too far away from the mic, whereas here is good.
So again, tell me all about that again, please, Emily.
Thank you, I'm Emily. I'm enjoying the conference.
So if you don't have a microphone, guys, if you haven't spent $300 on one of these little kits, then you have to be head and shoulders close when you interview somebody or when you do your own piece of camera. If you try and stand right back from the camera and get your whole self head to toe, the sound, the audio quality will be thin. It will lack gravitas, it will lack authenticity, and it'll lack authority. And as financial advisors, that is the last thing you need. So you need depth in your voice, because that means you know what you're talking about. I'm kidding you not. That's what the viewer will pick up, or your clients will pick up. So you must get your audio together. And audio is the poor cousin. Video shouldn't be called video, it should be called video and audio. It's two files, it's a marriage of two files. Pretty pictures and decent audio. But let's have a listen to Emily again when she was this far away.
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm enjoying this conference and learning a lot.
It's not about volume, it's about how thin that is. Now let's have a listen to this one with the mic on.
Thank you. Thank you, Baz. I'm enjoying the conference, learning a lot today about compliance.
Okay, that should be a lot better. But you wouldn't be able, Emily is softly spoken. Okay, so the mic is probably on too low a gain. It is. I haven't got time to go over that again. I've got the mic on the lowest gain setting because I'm a very loud person. Emily's super soft. So I'll just turn the gain up on the mic. We get a lot more clarity from her. But these little microphones are about $300 each. They sit on the top of an iPhone holder and you're in business. The good old selfie stick, another way if you are going to interview people, good old selfie stick can be a great way to get the phone close to somebody like that, without necessarily being right in their personal space. Okay, and why do I get the phone close? Not for pictures, I get the phone close for audio, to get the microphone on the phone really close. And the selfie stick on my shoulder gives me some stability. Cool, all good. If you are very low, I think we're just about done on time, aren't we, Richard? Yep. If I could just have one more minute. Now, these little clamps are amazing, and I just want to quickly show you how to do your own little piece to camera. Cool? So let's just hook this chap on here, maybe. I'll just use this. Where are we? Are we good to go? Might do it in, yeah. The lighting's all dodged, so we'll come around this side. Always look for good light. Lighting's better that way. There we go. And we'll turn up that way. Might be a sec. So if you are going to use your own pieces to camera, this is a good way to do it. Here we are in portrait mode. I'll just tip that down a little bit. I need you to use the gymnastics of your upper body. Do you know what I mean by that? Cool, here we go. So I'll walk out. So are we on the wall there, guys? We are, cool. So I've got the camera rolling, and in we come, walking in, and hi guys. Well, last week we addressed the carbon issue. This week we're going to talk about blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Now, whether that's important to you or not, you will soon find out. So stay tuned. And then walk out of frame. So what I'm doing there is I'm using what I call the gymnastics of the upper body. Yep. So don't worry about the audio there. Flip me, if you just quickly flip me back. Is that going? Yeah, here we go. So walking in, so you can see I'm emoting, I'm using the distance between the camera and that. I've used a little clamp here, you could use a tripod, whatever you like. I mean, I'm overacting specifically to try and get a point. If you go to camera and go, hi guys, I'm Baz, and it's, yeah, amazing to do. I might be saying that, but what actually you're reading is, boy, this guy's on downers. Somebody give him a beer or something, you know, whatever. Yeah. So how you present is absolutely critical. So that's pretty much it for me. I've got some cards if you'd like to learn more about my smartphone video workshops. It really is speed dating. It's taking a year of film school and squashing it into half a day. I love this stuff, and remember that business is not about business. Business is about people, and it's about relationships. And the more backstory and the more relationship you can give off yourself to your clients, and great little client endorsement stories. Young, if I was your client, you could come and do a story about me. Baz loves to go sailing. He loves to hang out with his mate Richard over the road. Cool. That stuff has got nothing whatever so to do with the money markets, but what it does do is it builds you relationship, gravitas, empathy, trust, and authenticity. So don't be scared of this stuff. It's simple. And just have a go. Set your camera up and start, like you did when you were a kid in front of the mirror, pulling faces. Have a crack, and don't try and put on a front. Please, just be yourself. Just be you, with all its warts and all, you know. I'm Mr. Potato Head, I'm not 21 anymore. I'm past what I look like, you know, it's about the message, not whether I'm pretty or not. So lose the vanity, lose the ego, just climb in and be really honest to your clients in front of your phone, or help your clients tell their stories on phone, which will build your provenance. Cool. Thank you so much.